I don't know if there's any truth to this, that the unripe ones are hallucinogenic in some capacity. I don't know that that's ever been proven.
Wait, which ones?
These ones. Yeah, see what happens.
Okay.
If it was really, really, really true, I think we'd know more about it.
Yeah.
But hey, maybe it's just a gentle microdose.
Hello, I'm Sean Rowe, and you're watching Can I Eat This? A Wild Foods Foraging series dedicated to nature connection through the doorway of eating it. Can I Eat This is filmed at Auto Camp, a company that combines outdoor adventure and old-school camping with luxurious amenities and mid-century modern design. My guest on the show today is Vancouver native, Brooklyn-based singer-songwriter, clawhammer banjo aficionado, Taylor Ashton. Watch as I work diligently to convert Taylor into a foraging disciple.
I'm about to go and just get absolutely drunk off these things.
Yeah.
We will be after some of the best-tasting wild greens of the early summer. We'll come back to the Auto Camp kitchen and cook up something truly wild.
This is like fancy restaurant to another level.
We're going to proceed to light up the end of the night with a jam out in the Auto Camp Airstream. And after all is said and done, we may sit down and enjoy my finest bottle of Wild Booch.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like it's the best root beer in the universe.
Yeah. All in this episode. Stick around. Can I eat this, Sean? Can I eat this, Sean? Can I eat this, Sean? Can I eat this, Sean?
It's so weird to me, what fruits and vegetables have supremacy is just these are the ones.
Now, my first mission with Taylor was to take him out around the Auto Camp grounds to find those wild ingredients that we'd be using to put together a kind of cold shoot salad.
Do you know milkweed? Are you familiar with it?
Something comes to mind, but it's vague.
Okay. You know, there's different edible parts of this plant, and they're at different times in the season. So generally speaking, the shoot comes up, right? And then the energy keeps changing and moving within the plant. So after the shoot comes up, you'll start to see flower buds forming, right? And then you get the flower, and then you get the pods, which the pods, milkweed pods, you can also eat.
Okay.
And then inside you get the seeds, and when the seeds are very young, you get that silk, and you can eat that silk before it turns into fiber.
So for the beginning foragers out there, or if you're learning a new plant for the first time, you of course want to be sure that you're not going to take home the wrong plant inadvertently or risk making yourself sick. Proper identification is the key.
You lift up a bit, you go up higher, because we only want the tender part. We trace it down and then just snap it off where it wants to break. Yeah.
So that feels pretty
Yep,
floppy
and go
to
down
me.
further and see if you can see where. Can you tell where it's getting stiffer?
Yeah, that almost is getting kind of stick-like.
Right.
There.
So definitely go up from that.
Right, so this is it almost is just going.
Yep, and look at how floppy it is.
Right, it'll.
Right. There you go.
Oh, but that was easy.
Yep.
Now, every new plant that you learn has multiple unique features that when taken collectively allow you to rule out all the other possibilities. So that said, you really want to internalize this stuff by learning from a knowledgeable forager or at least get good, reliable book sources.
So you can't eat this buttercup.
Can or can't?
You can't.
Okay.
Don't even try. Don't even think about it.
Okay.
Forget about that, because there's other stuff here. All right. You see this white flower?
Uh-huh.
Okay. then you see it again over there.
Yep. Couple little spots.
This is attached to a plant that we can eat that what I would call is a salad plant. Really good, mild tasting leaves, crispy, really delicious in a salad. And you work your way down, but you don't hit that next set. That whole thing is gonna be tender, okay? So we wanna eat that. You can also eat all the leaves, but we have to kind of squeegee the leaves off. And the way you can do that, you start at one end and you could just pull down. That's the idea.
Okay.
You keep the leaves, you discard the stems.
Right. And are you, like, when you see that it's like, you know, a little bit bitten up by caterpillars or whatever, does that affect whether or not you're more likely to want to take that and use it? Or is it kind of like caterpillar had some, I'll have some, it doesn't matter?
Well, this is a good question because what I will do is, I've never actually told anybody this. I have a life-size caterpillar outfit. And when I put this on, I will infiltrate the system, crush their whole civilization, and then come out on the other side.
Right, you appear
having
to
this
them as their
knowledge.
god.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I see.
Were we weren't rolling, were we? Try one of these leaves. Take a leaf off.
Maybe
take
closer
one closer to the top.
Right, these look,
Yep.
there's a little bit of a spittle bug situation in here.
No, I spit in it. Oh. That's just what I do. I'm like a fly.
Right.
Every time I'm gonna eat something,
It's just seasoning. Yeah. I mean, that tastes like salad.
And this one is called Japanese knotweed. You ever hear of it?
No.
All right, it can literally take over an entire area. Like you could have jungles of this stuff.
Wow. And is it like bamboo in that it shoots up quick?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look at that. And they're hollow inside for the most part.
Right.
And you could you really hit yourself with them and they
Right.
don't hurt.
Right.
That kind of hurt actually. The buckwheat family, or same family that rhubarb is in, believe it or not.
Wow.
Related to rhubarb.
Instant flute.
Right.
Wow.
How about that? Yeah, that's called an acria. That's a papery sheath that forms at every node in between there.
Huh.
That's a characteristic of the family. But what in quality that many of the plants in the family have is that they're lemony. They taste like really tart, like rhubarb in the stems. The stage that I would gather this is in the shoot stage. Like they're only this tall when I harvest them.
Oh, I see.
Little spike that comes up, you snip that off and you can make pickles out of them.
Whoa.
So I've made pickles. I have them tonight.
Okay.
They're amazing. They're so good.
I'm so excited to check that out.
Now, we also gathered a couple more plants to add to this cold shoot salad. One being common burdock, a biennial plant that we're now finding in the flower stalk
You
stage.
see this sort of cream-colored core.
Yeah.
That's what we want. We don't want the outer skin because the outer skin is really, really bitter.
Okay, it looks like
Insanely
it would be
bitter.
Yeah.
But the inner core is actually sweet, crispy, and pretty mild. You see the white ones where they're
fresh.
They look fresh, right?
While the berries of Asian honeysuckle are not really edible, the flowers are actually quite pleasant eaten raw in small quantities.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You get that.
It's a nice kind of mellow, sweet kind of.
Yep.
One of the things that really holds people back from truly getting their feet wet with foraging is the fear of being poisoned by the wrong thing. The reality is that foraging is legitimately safer than driving a car and arguably safer than eating at a restaurant. Caution about toxic plants is good. Panic and fear about being poisoned is really counterproductive to enjoying what nature has to offer. That said, there are probably at least a few plants and mushrooms in your area that you will want to know so you can avoid them. A good place to start is by learning the members of the carrot family. This family contains some of the most edible and commonly used plants of the supermarket, but also contains some of the most deadly. Here is one very poisonous plant that Taylor and I found that certainly deserves a lot of respect.
This is the most poisonous plant in North America.
No way.
Yeah, or at least one of them.
Wow, okay. Why are we here?
Right. Well, that's when things get interesting.
Okay.
One of the things that they have are the flower clusters called umbels. They're sort of like umbrellas, right?
Okay,
These-
right. This almost looks like a firework.
Yeah. White flowers. They have divided leaves.
So it comes out from the stalk, and then there's leaves coming off of a sort of another stalk.
Yup. This whole thing is a leaf. This whole thing is a leaf. It's just that the leaf has broken up into several different parts.
And
So
is this like a leaflet?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it, man. Veins in the leaf that start from the center.
Is this
vein.
like safe to touch?
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you by touching it. Look at where the veins go out. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you see that the veins are going out and they land in between the teeth?
Okay. Interesting.
Some
right.
veins will go right to the tip of the tooth. These end in between the teeth. You see? It's a general trait that this plant has.
Interesting. Right. And there's like a couple spots where
A couple spots where they do, but you got to look for the overall trend.
I see. Okay.
Because nature is like,
Right.
there's always an exception.
Right.
You know?
That's why there's such a variety of
Yep.
life here.
Also, look at this quality. Poison hemlock and poison water hemlock have this. It's called bloom, and if you take your finger and you were to wipe down the stalk, there's a powdery substance.
Now keep in mind that all parts of the water hemlock plant are toxic, with the roots being the most toxic. Thankfully, when you look closely at the details of this plant and compare them to other members of the carrot family, you shouldn't have a hard time telling them apart. Now, while I'm not a chef,
This thing's a little broke, no problem.
I do love to cook, and I do love to experiment with unique flavors and aromas found around my landscape, and I love trying to find where they fit in a dish. I took Taylor into the forest interior where we came upon this shrubby-looking plant called spice bush. Now you can take the mature leaves and crush them. You'll get this deeply citrus-like aroma. Now, some of the wild spices and aromas that we find on the landscape impart a kind of essence unique unto themselves, but there are some plant qualities out there that are kind of reminiscent of flavors and smells that are already familiar to us.
Oh yeah. That's such a nice.
It's nice, right?
Yeah. It does have something of root beer about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But so much better.
Now, I knew I was going to be cooking up some wild rice as a part of the evening dish with Taylor, but I was really hoping to find some wild mushrooms to add in there. Luckily, we had some rain a few days before, and I happened to snag a few delicious golden oyster mushrooms growing in the area. Now, golden oysters are naturally yellow with white gills, short stalks, and tend to be growing in clusters on dead or dying trees, stumps, or even compost or buried wood.
When I saw someone play clawhammer banjo for the first time, I don't know, I had like this moment of like, oh, I've never heard this sound before, and now I must. I gotta learn how to do that. Clawhammer banjo is this completely other technique that is not really shared with any other instrument.
It's badass.
Yeah,
Like that.
and because of the drone string being on the offbeat, I feel like it kind of encourages, or it's definitely made me get more excited about those offbeats, and I feel like then it's like the offbeat becomes more the backbone of what is going on.
I love that, man. That's
Yeah, well, I can kind of show you.
Now, one of the things I love about this time of the year is the wide array of wild greens that are popping up. When you start discovering these plants, it's almost like you realize, wait, do I just never have to plant kale or spinach again? You mean I can just show up for these plants? Foraging is like that. Unlike gardening, nature does all the work. You just have to be there at the right place and at the right time.
This one is called Amaranth, also called red root
pigweed.
Oh, and
That
it's
root.
because of that
Yeah.
red root. Beautiful.
These two plants are so closely related to spinach in terms of like the flavor goes, but spinach is also in the same family.
Okay.
The whole thing is going to be amazing boiled. We're gonna blanch it. So now our main meal components have been harvested, so we started foraging for those wild friends that would end up in tonight's dessert. See where it's green on there? Okay.
Is that where I'm doing the sniff test?
That's where you're doing the sniff test. Okay.
Oh, it smells like cola candies.
Cola candies.
I guess maybe it's more root beer than that.
Yeah.
Okay,
How about this?
How about winter green?
that too. I realize that I'm describing just a whole host of
Right.
chemically created
Right.
artificial flavors right now, but this is like it's kind of stunning to smell the like natural version
Right.
of it.
Now, I find that if I really want to hook people in with foraging, it's usually done with berries.
Tree, because as soon as you pick them, they start to degrade. Not so much the flavor, but the texture. The texture degrades very quickly.
Oh.
If you don't mind the stem is fine to eat. It kind of,
Well, that definitely makes the process a little easier.
yeah, totally. Mulberry bark has something very distinctive in between the ridges. So the high points of the ridges,
Okay.
crisscross sort of wavy
Yeah,
things.
it's kind of.
But in between, there's this tinge of orange. See that?
Oh.
Really distinctive for this tree.
After a few hours of harvest that day, we made it back to AutoCamp headquarters to our outdoor makeshift kitchen.
So the first thing we're doing, we're gonna salt this water.
Okay.
We're gonna salt it because we're doing something called blanching.
Okay.
Do you know about blanching?
Yeah, I've done it a little bit at home on like broccoli rabe, that kind of thing. Oh
Right,
yeah.
and-
What, are you a musician or something?
Now, there's really no way around it that many wild foods we harvest need to be prepped in some way to remove the tough, inedible fiber, reduce bitterness or mild toxins, or really just to make the food more tender. The milkweed buds needed to be removed of their leaves, blanched and strained, the burdock peeled of its bitter outer skin, the wild lettuce chopped. But finally, I did want to give Taylor a taste of the unadulterated milkweed buds before adding any seasoning to them.
Whoa, that's good.
That good? It's so mild.
Yeah, it's like mild but also rich somehow.
It's got its own deal.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of beans or peas or. Yeah, mostly beans and peas in the
Yeah.
taste.
Now, I also knew that I couldn't do this episode without turning Taylor on to Japanese knotweed pickles.
That's absolutely delicious. Wow.
So it has a natural kind of a tart flavor to it, like rhubarb. But then when you ferment it, you're getting like an extra kind of a tart sweet boost. You ready to put this together?
Absolutely.
Okay. So, mixing bowl. What goes in first? Probably the milkweed.
Milkweed.
Right?
Keep just wanting to call it broccolini.
Yep. It does look like
It
that.
has that, yeah.
Then let's put in some of our wild lettuce. Right. Very cool. With the wild lettuce, we got a slight bitterness in there, but like, as you know, it's not overpowering.
I don't know, I like a little bitterness in my greens, so I know that
I like that too.
I'm working hard to be healthy. You know?
Yeah, a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah.
Then we have giant water chickweed.
Giant water chickweed, that's right.
And then milkweed flowers. I love these.
Oh yeah.
How pretty is that? Right?
Just great little visual flair.
A little bit of the honeysuckle flowers. This dressing has olive oil, spice bush that we harvested earlier, and the sassafras. And I dried them out. Whenever you put salt on a salad, it will draw the moisture out of the salad. So, in other words, it will be, you want to consume this soon. Psyched for you to try this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching this with the eyes of a hungry person.
This fork's kind of
I know.
suck.
It's all right. It's not about the fork, it's about the salad. That's delicious. To me, that tastes well dressed.
Really? Perfect?
I think so.
Just enough? Don't want to overpower it, but
Oh yeah, really nice mix of flavors. To me, the milkweed is
it's just the star.
partially because it was the first thing that you showed
that's
me.
really good.
I've never had anything quite like it.
So then it was time to cook up the amaranth greens. Now my basic recipe for this is to blanch the amaranth for 2 minutes, then saute it in some kind of delicious cooking fat.
We're gonna saute it with this right here.
What is that?
Pork fat that's been rendered imparts a nice flavor. Greens and pork fat are just a match made in heaven.
Right, it's a kind of a
Really
classic,
good. Yeah.
undeniable.
Classic.
Then I'll add salt, pepper, cumin, and finally the greens. Now I may add some kind of acidic liquid to add flavor and remove anything sticky on the bottom of the pan.
Which is where Bronx Brewery American Pale Ale comes in. Thanks, Bronx Brewery.
Right? Thank you, Bronx. I left one sip in there for me.
And finally, I'll top it off with some lemon juice.
Oh, that is incredible. Oh, wow. Yeah. This is like fancy restaurant level, and then to another level.
This is wild rice.
Oh, wow.
Actual wild rice that's harvested by canoe in Wisconsin. Smell that.
I've never smelled that smell before.
Yeah, it's really different.
I love the wild rice that I've been, whatever it is that's been sold to me as wild rice.
Yeah.
I still prefer over the other
Definitely.
kind.
That's grown in patties.
But I'm excited to, make it that extra mile and actually taste the real stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So this is just some garlic sliced thin in the hot oil before we put in our oyster mushrooms.
Yep.
Right?
Golden oyster mushrooms in there.
I'll add some salt. That'll draw out the moisture in the mushrooms and bring out their flavor a bit more.
So many of these smells today have been like kind of half familiar smells, where it's like it kind of reminds me of something that I understand, but there's like an element to it that feels really brand new to me.
Right.
And this is definitely an example of that.
And that's really wild food,
Yeah.
There's so many different flavors, textures, and smells that you're not used to, right? So the only thing left to do after this is to add in the wild rice, which I already cooked.
Okay.
Basically, it's just boiled. This is ready, so I'm gonna add some of this rice on.
I mean, that is looking very hearty.
Right? Question is, can you eat this?
My question is, may I eat this?
You may. You have permission.
I'm very excited. Can I decide what to eat first?
Right.
This will definitely go down as one of the most memorable meals.
Awesome. Do you have a secret compartment left over for dessert?
Always.
This right here in this jar that's improperly labeled is cream, not just cream infused with black birch. You remember the wintergreen black birch twigs?
Yes, I do.
We scraped that. We put all that inner bark in here and steeped it overnight. Smell this.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. I want to drink that.
So that's gonna be really good. We're gonna put that on top of our compote. But first thing we gotta do is strain out the black birch. So we'll just put that in this is like a little nut milk bag that I use to strain out the mulberries. So it's dried, totally fine. Put it in here.
Right, because there's a little bit of the birch itself is still in there.
And what I use to sweeten it is maple syrup. So once this totally strains out, we will whip it.
Okay.
Whip it good.
All right. That's absolutely insane.
It is good, right?
It sort of instantly, takes me to like a 50s milkshake kind of world in my head.
Totally.
But it's, beautiful to think that you got this from a tree.
Now to put this dessert together, I've used the Asian mulberry we've gathered earlier to make a delicious compote, sweetened with maple syrup, thickened with an interesting byproduct made from acorns.
Really cool. So this is acorn starch from
Whoa.
acorns. It's the starch left over from making acorn flour.
Oh, okay.
And it's a whole process you can do. It's really fun. It takes a while. But you can use that to thicken the compote. After you've condensed it down, I added a little bit of starch in some water, then mixed it in, and it got really thick.
Top that with some black birch infused cream, drizzled with a bright mulberry reduction, and sprinkled with locally harvested black walnuts for a collection of flavors that I'm pretty sure Taylor has never had before.
That works.
Oh, yeah. My brain is really just saying root beer to me so much because of the birch, which is totally
It's amazing.
okay with me. The flavor of these particular...
The meal was incredible. I think Taylor was a believer, and now it was time to head into the Airstream to work out a song for the very first time.
Good to go.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, me, oh, my, oh, look at Miss Ohio. She's running around with a rag top down. She says, I want to do right, but not right now. Gone to Atlanta, live out this fantasy of running around with a rag top down. She says, I want to do right, but not right now.
Has your arm around her shoulder, you regimental soldier, and mama starts pushing that wedding gown. You say you wanna do right, but not right now. So, oh me, oh my, would you look at Miss Ohio? She's running around with a rag top down. She said, I wanna do right, but not right now.
Shout it, I'm gonna straighten it out somehow. Yeah, I wanna do right, but not right now. Oh, me, oh, my, oh, look at Miss Ohio. She's running around with a rag top down. Yeah, I wanna do right, but not right now. Yeah, I wanna do right, but not right now.
Yeah, could that last?
Now, as the sun went down and the moon came up, I really had this thought that I wanted to get Taylor's take on the day before we said our final goodbyes.
You enjoy yourself today?
Oh my God, so much. I learned so much, which I feel like I've forgotten.
That's the way it goes.
Yeah, but
With foraging,
I'm very excited to brush up on the things that I have learned. I am really holding on to the information about milkweed. I know what it looks like, I know how to spot it, and then the other things I'm gonna just have to do some review.
It's kind of mind-blowing that, you know, when people are first learning foraging, a lot of times I hear about things like dandelion, you know, which is good, but milkweed is so much better. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
milkweed is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a really good one to you know, to be exposed to first because it's so good. I'm glad you like that.
Yeah.
Are you ready to drink some wild kombucha?
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
All right, I've never been more ready.
All right, brother. I want to thank you for being my guest. First of the new episodes. Can I eat this? Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you, Sean. Oh, that's birchy.
That's birchy, right?
Oh, I love the birch. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's like, it tastes like it's the best root beer in the universe.
Yeah. A little less sweet. Do you mind it?
Hey friends, I want to thank you for watching the show. If you'd like to learn more about what I do, please follow me on social media at SeanRowe11 and at Rent-A-Forager. If you'd like more information about my music, foraging workshops, and tutorials, you can go to SeanRowe.net. If you want to hear more about my guest, Taylor Ashton, you can follow him on social media. Taylor has a new album out due in 2023 and a new single out right now called Country Radio. You can check it out wherever you stream music. And if you'd like to hear more about AutoCamp and the many beautiful sites they have around the country, you can go to autocamp.com. One of the best ways to get closer to nature is to eat it. With that said, I am out of here, folks. Till next time, happy foraging. Bye-bye.